This program is live. We have no idea what is going to happen. We really don't. It's Mad River Valley Live, hosted by Eric Friedman, John DeLay, and Rye Young, along with a vast array of personalities that make up the fabric of our community. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mad River Valley Live. Sorry about the delay. It's all because of Mad River Valley TV. But don't worry, Keith. It's okay. We'll keep you guys on, all right?
Anyone still watching? Did anyone wait?
So,
Hi, Adam.
oh yeah, Adam White from Skipper On. We know he's not working.
He might have fallen asleep.
Welcome to episode 4 of Mad River Valley Live. The sham continues. It's kind of amazing, but we're really glad to be here. Got to go skiing over at Sugarbush yesterday, gentlemen.
Okay.
And I skied Castle Rock for the first time.
Lift is spinning, that's nice.
It was awesome, and it's packed powder paradise up there. Like, eminently edgeable, beautiful skiing. I'm saying to throw them all out there, right?
Packed powder paradise.
But it really was.
Hold on, I gotta text the snow reporter that.
Winter is absolutely back here in the Mad River Valley, and I think what's really interesting about it, it's not like these big storms were predicted. It was kind of like these little 6-8-inch things that happened, kind of unexpectedly. Sunday or whatever, I had like this much of snow at my house. And
Yep, there was nothing in town, and you got up here, there was like 6 inches on the mountain. Monday, I think, was so far the best day of the season.
Yeah, that's because I wasn't able to be here.
To date, but there's a lot of time left on the calendar.
I hiked over to Castle Rock that day, right before they spun the lift. So you got sort of the leftovers, but...
Hey, Ryan, look who's coming over here.
Oh,
You see that?
Travis.
Travis Mashad, he's one of the groomers at Mad River Glen.
Don't pan the camera, please.
You don't want to pan the
He's
camera,
not
Travis?
allowed
Because
to be
everyone
on
thinks
camera.
that they don't groom at Mad River.
By the way, I saw them in the parking lot fixing the groomer this morning.
No, that was a demo. That was a print-off demo. That
So
we
you
had.
don't fix them in the parking lot?
No, we just demo them and then we give them back.
John, if you recall, last week we were talking about this, that you guys were testing or doing a test drive of the
Ski
Snowcat.
Spoiler alert! I
it
might
was a ski tuning machine.
have a little behind-the-scenes video on the demo coming in next week's episode. So stay tuned.
I like that. Very cool.
Very cool.
So tell us about. We had a lot going on this week. Roll back the clock day at Mad River, Rye.
Biggest roll back the clock day ever, thanks to marketing.
Totally.
Yeah, it was. We sold.
If I was still working at Mad River, there would have been no one here.
It would have been a ghost town for sure. Yeah, 1,300 tickets were sold, which was, not that many in the scheme of things for maybe some of our bigger neighbors.
Well,
but
like tickets,
yeah,
though. Maybe
day
not
tickets.
skier visits, but tickets.
Yeah, tickets. 1,300 tickets for the day, which was the most that we've had since we started recording that in 2006. I think was when they started doing the numbers.
What was it? What do you? Why?
Why? Well, snow quality was good. Vermont Specialty Foods Day. Also,
and our good buddies from Ski Vermont were there.
Ski Vermont, and a little bit.
So that was the day that the Ski Vermont people were actually working instead of just watching TV on the job.
No. Travis and Adam were just sitting over here on the deck doing absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they were harassing our customers.
Did they go skiing?
I don't know if they went skiing.
I'm sure
Travis must have gone skiing.
They were wearing snowboard boots.
Yeah. Also, Ski the East did a little promotion for us, so that definitely drew some people in. But yeah, it was a raucous day, and I think everybody walked away really pleased. So,
Keith, did you show off any of the
Roll back
video
the clock.
and pictures of some of the awesome skiing that we've had of late here?
yeah, those
in Happy
photos.
Valley?
This is Sugarbush. I'm showing Sugarbush.
Okay,
Cool.
Sugar photos.
What did we submit? Anything cool?
No.
Just the welcome mat.
Exactly.
Me teaching my kid.
Yeah, so I think people should start coming up here. Every little bit of snow is going to really help. Like I said, everything is just super edgeable and totally covered.
Mad River photo.
And
Yep, that's from Monday. Those photos are from Monday.
My favorite. I mean, I'm a big fan of huge snowstorms, but I kind of like it when it snows a couple inches every other day. And just
what I
sort of
like, John,
packed
is
out.
when it doesn't rain and refreeze.
Back
Well,
to
That's
back,
what I really like.
I don't think we
6-inch
should get
storms.
picky.
Back-to-back 6-inch storms. Get up here.
Now.
No, be here.
But interestingly, while it's always fun to talk about skiing, there's other things going on here in Happy Valley.
Wouldn't know it.
Yep. So as our
Happy
usual Down in the Valley segment, we'd like to bring on our intrepid reporter from the Valley Reporter, Hadley Laskowski. Hey Hadley, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. You finished printing the paper overnight?
Yep.
You have ink on your hands?
Yeah, I do it all myself, so an all-nighter every Wednesday.
You know what I wanted to
believe it.
ask you, so being the millennial that you are, like, so when you get the paper, do you actually get the paper or do you just read it on your phone?
I like to read it on my phone. Mm-hmm. But
There's
when
an
I
irony
see it,
there
I'll do it. I am on the edge of the millennial spectrum, so I don't know. Maybe I need to start reading it in virtual reality or something like that.
That would be pretty cool.
Really embody my
knows the
generation.
spectrum.
So what's going on in the Valley these days? Wait, let me guess.
School board news.
No way.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
there's good Harwood news and bad Harwood news.
Okay.
What do you
Okay.
want first?
Wait, we know
Bad.
the good
Let's
Harwood
start with
news
the
is
bad.
the good Harwood news is that no buses went off the road this week.
That is another good
Two good
thing.
things.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Let's
good,
go.
bad, good. You
What do you
sandwiched
think?
it. That was smart, yeah.
Let's go good.
Dude,
Now what's the bad?
Okay. So, I'm supposed to tease the news out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a hint. S is for,
Sue?
yes, S is for see you in court.
Ah, okay.
There is a lawsuit. The town of Moortown, the town of Moortown is suing the school district for violating citizens' rights to petition government.
Interesting.
Wait, what?
This is going to be
Yeah.
a very involved story, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I can do a brief recap. So basically, flashback a few days before January 22nd, 800 plus people signed this petition saying that they want a say in school closures and school reconfigurations. Because right now, the school board's the only body that can decide what happens with school closures. So basically, people want to vote. January 22nd, the school board votes to deny those petitions, and they say basically, no, you can't vote on this. And January 24th, the town of Moortown issued the lawsuit against the school district.
Spicy.
I smell a movie script,
Yep.
right? Like a Hallmark
Interesting.
movie,
All right,
but
so
still.
that's not the good news. So what's the good news?
The good news is that one Harwood sophomore got awarded the Gatorade Player of the Year award,
Which is huge.
which is really big.
That's cool.
Did they douse her in Gatorade?
I think so. I think that's what
In the whole
happens,
country?
right? You know, it's like she stands under a fountain of Gatorade or something like that.
For what? What sport?
She's for cross country, so she's the best cross country runner, high school cross country runner in Vermont.
So as the Harwood Union cross country team, they never rebuild, they just reload.
Yeah.
Why, you know her?
Right.
No, I just.
They're always good.
know who-
Yeah.
Harrogate's
Can you say-
Army,
can you say-
right?
Can you say who it is, or
Oh, it's Ava Thurston. Did I not say that?
No, you
Ava
didn't.
Thurston.
Congratulations.
I'm teasing. That was intentional.
way to be, Ava?
Yeah, so
Stay in school.
the other cool thing about that award is that in addition to being an amazing athlete, they choose people based on their academic record as well. So she had a really good GPA, and she's really involved in other
Never mind, you're
extracurriculars.
already
So it has
staying
nothing
in
to
school.
do with
Don't listen to me.
electrolyte levels.
So basically, you just have to be perfect. So,
Well, that's great.
yeah.
Another perfect Harwood student.
yay.
So that's interesting. So we got some good news, we got some bad news, we got some more good news, and some cat stuff.
And we have some cat news.
Yes. A lot of cat news.
The cat news. Well, we
tanking.
had
We're tanking.
two cat things in the paper. One, Valley Viewpoint, asking people if they're cat people or dog people. There's some good perspective on cats. One person said that they're a cat person because cats don't bark. Which
That's
is
true.
Nice.
Huh. Maybe. Maybe you want your dog to bark, you know?
The other cat news is that
Intruders?
I
Intruders?
interviewed a cat podcaster, Stacey LeBaron, who has her whole podcast set up in her house in Warren, and it goes all over the world. And in that interview, she debunked the myth of the cat lady. So it was very interesting.
Yeah, it's good. She only has one, right?
Yeah, she is a cat lady in a sense because she has her cat podcast that reaches out to cat ladies across the country with her podcast, and the stereotype of the cat lady is not always the truth.
So, and it's interesting.
one
Seriously,
right
did they talk about cat lady as opposed to cat men?
Well, the cat lady doesn't always have to be a cat lady. That's one part of the myth.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm sure there's some. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we talked about cats, so we now never have to talk about cats again.
Yeah,
That's the cat quota for the season.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about the Valley Reporter?
Well, there's lots of things in the news, but I'm not saying you should buy the paper or anything, but yeah, it's all in the paper.
Awesome. Thanks so much
Yeah.
for joining us
Thanks,
today,
Adam.
Hadley. You
Thank
going to go
you.
scan?
I have to do some more school stuff. so,
Okay. Yep. The news never ends at the Valley Reporter. Thanks so
yeah,
much.
thank you so much.
Appreciate you joining us.
Nice.
So, Rye,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Well,
You going to introduce the next segment?
yeah, so for this week's behind the scenes video, we have very exclusive content. I was privileged enough to get a behind the scenes look at our rental repair shop this week.
That's frightening.
It is very scary back there.
You didn't show everything.
I captured a lot of the flavor, but there's things that you can't show on TV.
Family show.
It's a family show.
Yeah.
But with that, I have to warn you that some of the content that you're about to see may be disturbing to viewers. Discretion is very strongly advised.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Roll it, Keith.
Roll the clip.
So last weekend was a holiday weekend. It was Martin Luther King Jr. And we have approximately 145 pair of skis here in the rental shop, and we pushed out almost every pair. We may have had a couple of kids' skis left, but that was about it. Typical Saturday, we're going to go anywhere between 45 and 60 pair of skis. And then where we really build up the work is on the repair side of the rental and repair. Sometime around 1 o'clock today, we'll start taking in skis, and by the end of the day, these racks over here will be full with skis. Most people looking to get them back tomorrow, and so it'll be a fun afternoon in here with all the machines up and running. We have a new stone grinding machine. It also belts the skis as well, depending on how bad or what condition the skis are in. We might start with a belting to sort of get them back to zero. And then we've got the fill bench right behind you, where Mike Django does his magic. Fills in all the holes and crevices in the bottom of your skis. We move on over to the edge compartment. We have a mini edger here where we can adjust the bevel on both your side and bottom edge. Most people go with the standard 2-in-1, although we do have some racier folks around here that like to get a little more aggressive with it. We can help you out with that here. So we're going way behind the scenes here. This is the most exclusive section of the shop. This is, some would call it the employee lounge, some would call it the locker room. Over here we've got room for personal ski storage. The number of skis and type of skis you get to keep here change on a near daily basis. It's good to look for notes. Over here we've got lockers, brand new lockers. This is probably the finest, tightest, and cleanest locker system we've ever had here in the rental repair shop. We've got extra hooks for coats. All of your gear, boots included, can live right inside your locker. You see, there's room for a personal flair. You can design as you see fit. I don't know who that guy is. It just seemed like a really nice picture. It's also a place to leave personal notes for employees if you don't have time to run into them personally. We know what time it is. Oh, Deb,
Oh yeah.
whose skis are those?
Kevin's.
Who's Kevin?
Kevin is my husband.
Ah, see, we'll even take care of family members here in the shop. Put their skis in a special little rack. How much we charging, Kevin?
And welcome back from. Nope, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow, that was kind of my job, Sean.
Yep.
Well, welcome back. Thanks for stealing my thunder from the behind-the-scenes look at the rental shop, which, in my view, kind of the heart and soul of the mountain in a lot of ways. Right?
It's it's a big part of what we do here, but not a lot of people get to see that. Even our regulars, don't go in there sometimes.
I go in near every day.
We know.
We know.
Ski a lot of grass. This guy skis a lot of grass and rocks.
Yeah.
So As you know, each week we have a guest, and our special guest this week is Margot Wheat. She's the Sugarbush's Director of Planning and Compliance, which would be bad for me because I am non-compliant.
She's the most knowledgeable.
I don't like non-compliance.
Welcome. So glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So, Margot, tell me, what is the Director of Planning and Compliance do? Are you like planning like world domination?
I knew it.
Not really, but planning kind of runs the joint, but don't tell anybody else, okay?
So Wynn said he was running the joint.
Shh,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Margot might be
okay?
the most knowledgeable person at the resort. Maybe in the whole valley.
I do know a lot of information. So basically, planning oversees all of our environmental regulatory compliance and permitting. So we have about 250 permits that we oversee that have, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual tasks.
So this is like Forest Service and Act 250 and things like that, right?
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So local, federal, state regulators. So we're in 3 towns, so Warren, Waitsfield, and Fayston. We have operations in each of those 3 towns. Then you step up to the state level, so that's Act 250 from a land use perspective, the Department of Environmental Conservation from an environmental perspective. I don't really deal with things like the Tramway Board or the Liquor Board or Department of Children and Families that oversees the day school. So it's more environmental for us.
Those sound like the 3 most painful boards to work with. Liquor, kids, careless,
Children and families.
children, families.
Lots to go wrong there.
Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting. So you must be wicked good at filling out forms,
Yeah, unfortunately.
right?
Yeah, I kind of get off on it too. It's pretty. I like them to be pretty perfect.
So when in terms of planning, you're looking pretty far out in terms of you have the long-term
Exactly.
memorandum of understanding for what what the full build out at Sugarbush would be.
Yep.
How far out are you looking?
Well, so part of the special use permit with the Forest Service is having a mountain master plan, and the mountain master plan really looks quite far out. It doesn't. We have to update that plan every 10 years, but still, there are things in that mountain master plan that were probably put in place in the 80s that we haven't executed yet. So
Like the lift over to Mad River?
that one's way gone.
That's not happening.
Yeah, so.
What? I
it's
read a
pretty
press
long
release
range.
about that a couple years ago.
Yeah, right?
I could have sworn it was happening.
You shouldn't believe everything you read in the Valley Reporter, John.
Wasn't that April Fool's
Yes,
Day?
it was.
That was a really good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I couldn't quite understand it. How could the snowboarders go up to the top and the skiers come down? It was weird. It was like
weird.
you could go one way but not the other.
There was holes in the April Fool's press release.
Yeah,
We definitely didn't think everything through. That's for sure.
right.
So you've been at this gig a while.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
I joined Sugarbush in 2003. Prior to that, I was working for the town of Warren in the Planning and Zoning Office. Been
Interesting.
coming up to the valley since I was about 2. My family bought a house on the airport road in Waitsfield. It was really funny, actually. So my dad contested the taxes one year, and so he was going back and forth with the listers. This was in the 60s. And then one letter he got back from the listers was, well, your house is burned down, so I guess the point is moot. Seriously, the house burned down.
And is that how we found out?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait a minute.
It's like they
We
were
should drive up to Vermont. and take
Right,
a
they
look.
were up partying for the weekend. They lit a big, fire in the stove, and then they shut it down and went away. And something happened.
Did you hear about the fire at Killington? Did you hear about this fire at Killington?
Oh yeah, the Grand Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently?
Guys put in it was something crazy, like 300 logs in the fire, 30 logs.
That's a
I
lot.
can't remember.
I had nothing to do with that.
Recent?
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
over the MLK weekend, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We don't like
Nobody was
fires.
hurt.
We don't like
goodness.
fires. Anyway,
Nobody-
that was a segue.
Yeah. So planning also oversees our sustainability initiatives. So that's always really fun to talk about. Can I share some
Absolutely.
points? All right, let me change.
Oh, she's busting out the paper
cheat
now.
sheets now. So we have a new environmental mission, and since it's so new, I haven't memorized it yet, so I'm going to actually read it off the paper. Is that allowed?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Sugarbush Resort is entrusted with the stewardship of land in the Mad River Valley. We believe we have a responsibility to protect the natural environment so that we can continue our resort mission to cultivate a spirit of lifelong adventure and camaraderie for future generations. We aim to be an environmental leader promoting sustainable practices in these focus areas: forest, water, waste, and energy. So with regard to energy, since 2013, we have reduced our electrical use by 34.5%. That's huge.
That is huge.
So
Yeah, Sugarbush.
in 2012-13, for that ski season, we consumed 14 million kWh, so kilowatt hours.
Kilowatt hours, yeah.
Kilowatt hours. That's a
Kilowatt
lot
hours.
of
That's a lot of
electricity.
light bulbs.
That's
Yeah.
a lot. So now we are down to 9.5. Basically, we've reduced our consumption by 4 million kilowatt hours.
What
That's
would you
huge.
What would you say are the big reasons that for the reduction?
Most of it is snowmaking.
And putting in efficient snowmaking
Yep,
systems.
super
Yeah.
efficient snowmaking infrastructure.
Yeah, and all the while snowmaking is increasing too,
And
right?
There's a nice big cloud over there this morning.
We have
yeah, it's
we haven't increased the
the amount of
percentage
water
of
that
terrain.
we use. We haven't increased the amount of terrain that we cover.
Okay.
But the quality of snow is definitely better. It's different than it was, 12, 10 years ago.
I will attest that I skied down Steins yesterday, and they had
what's it?
every
Probably
single gun
poorly.
blazing.
Yeah.
It was a teeny bit sticky. I'm going to be a little picky,
Yeah.
but it was awesome.
warm yesterday.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was not warm yesterday. It didn't get out of the teens.
It was hot.
So the trick is on those days when you're skiing under the guns
Yep.
to try and ski close to the guns, and that tends to be the sweet spot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love skiing under the guns.
Gunpowder.
Visibility is way overrated.
No, that's why you're close to the guns.
No, and that's
not
one
like
of-
in the big cloud.
And I got to think, one of the things I really appreciate about you is that you've been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing a lot of different stuff. You skied over here quite a bit back in the day
Yeah.
at Mad River. So
Yeah,
like
we
you
grew up
ski
skiing
around,
here.
and you're a legit skier.
Yeah, I can ski. I
Yeah.
got some bum knees though. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But I am still skiing.
No,
Remember,
that-
I used to take the minutes for the board here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I got my passes at Mad River. It was like
I do.
three-
I remember
3
that.
or so
We were
years.
like 10.
That sounds tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to work in the retail shop actually. That was a long time ago.
At
when
Mad
it was
River.
Carol Reed.
Wow, now you're
Yeah.
really dating yourself.
And Cliff Guyon was the shop manager. Do you guys still have that? He was so psyched about it. He came up with
The
this
vacuum.
The vacuum press, or it was like a vacuum.
You know about that,
plant.
Ricky? Right? It was pretty cool. Yeah, it
Yeah.
held the skis down with
Yeah.
the vacuum,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Does Cliff still do guest appearances at the shop?
Rarely, but yeah.
Yep. Once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
crazy, and it's amazing how a lot of people just stick around here, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of institutional knowledge and history at this
Yeah.
place, and I think you're a great example of other people that have connections at both ski areas, which is really awesome. You're also very involved in the Mad River Planning District, right?
Yep.
And
I
you're the-
represent Sugarbush on the board of the planning district.
which people don't realize was the first multi-town planning district in Vermont or the country.
I think it's almost country. We'd have to
Right.
double check with Josh Schwartz, who would be an excellent guest,
Yes,
by the
he
way.
would. He would be awesome.
So the planning district was created back in '83, actually, when folks in the valley were a little frightened about the pace of development taking place at Sugarbush, and the entity is a partnership between Sugarbush, the 3 towns of Warren, Waitsfield, and Fayston, the state of Vermont, and basically it sets out a forum for the entities to converse and make sure whatever development plans are happening at Sugarbush are going to work for the community and not outpace what the community can accommodate. Also, the Chamber of Commerce is involved as well. They have a seat at the board.
Yeah, those people.
Yeah, those people.
They're the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were also involved, and I think you and I were probably at the very first meetings together at the Transportation Advisory Committee,
Yes.
right?
So there's
Which
a,
was super fun.
Oh yeah, you gotta love transportation to be part of the Mad River Valley Transportation
You
Committee.
you literally get thrown under a lot of buses,
A
don't you?
lot of buses. Yeah,
So tell
I
us-
use bus lingo a lot.
Yes, I know.
So, and actually, that's one of the. Thanks for asking. That's one of the things
This
I
is
wanted
my
to talk
segue.
about. Oh wow,
Very
cool.
clean. He's getting good
That's
at
why
it.
I'm the host, not the co-host.
So yeah, the Mad River Valley Transportation Advisory Committee, or MADTAC, we like to call it, is one of the primary liaisons with Green Mountain Transit, who operates our winter bus service here in the Mad River Valley. The bus service runs basically from December through March, and connects people around the valley between Lincoln Peak and Mount Ellen. And then also has an evening service bus. We've tried a couple times, actually.
We don't call it the
times.
Saturday Night Special anymore.
We don't call it the drunk bus anymore.
Drunk bus?
Or the Saturday Night Special, because it goes more than Saturday nights.
Right.
We've tried a couple times to get Mad River on board. It's been a tough nut getting folks on the bus up to the mountain, but the MADTAC is always willing to talk about it, so if Mad River wants to come back, we are open. But let me talk a little bit about the Valley Evening Service, which runs Saturdays through April 4th. And it's also going to run the Sunday of President's Weekend, so what's that, February 16th. And that bus runs from 5 to midnight. There are actually 2 buses that travel throughout the valley and will take you to all of the great restaurants and hot spots.
Not late enough.
It's not late enough. Well, it's the last bus departs at midnight, so actually
So it takes a while to get around.
Yeah, it doesn't actually
Don't be so
stop
negative,
until
John.
1 o'clock.
Big 12 to 2 guy. Kidding.
Yeah.
I'm in bed at 8.
So it's a really great way, though,
got a
of
kid.
going
I
out
got
on
a
the
kid.
town.
Right.
Leave
Yeah,
your car
wake
at
up at midnight to
home.
go out.
Don't worry about having one extra beer, one more beer, one more glass of wine, or whatever it is that's your passion. The bus is really convenient. It's on a fixed route schedule. There are actually 2 buses traveling, what I like to say, all 4 corners of the valley. So Lincoln Peak, the bottom of the access road at Route 100, it goes all the way into Waitsfield. It turns around at the medical center, so it goes that far up. It goes all the way up to the Mad River Barn, and then again German Flats. So
And what's cool too is that it goes into both like Village Green Shopping Center and Mad River Green, so you can go to all the different restaurants, and and that was a new thing.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good example of the fact that the TAC and GMT really listened to the community
Yep.
and made that work. So
we wanted to make it a couple of the things that we were really focused on this year was convenience and predictability. So that's what happened when it was going through the shopping center. So basically every loop, it's looping through both shopping centers twice. So it's really easy to ride. And that also happens on the Valley Floor bus. So that makes it easier for seniors to use the bus if they need to get to the medical center or one of the grocery stores, or anybody that lives on the Valley Floor route to go grocery shopping.
I went and took the bus from Worthy Burger over to the Taco
Nice.
because I didn't want to walk that. It was pretty, it was great, and they had beer on the bus.
I didn't hear that.
Maybe that's an idea. If you really want to increase ridership, they don't call it the Bad River Valley for nothing, right?
Right.
They do that in cities.
Yeah, right. Well, we really appreciate you coming, Margot. This is awesome.
It's been
and
fun.
Maybe you should come back another time.
I would love to, because I have so much more to talk about. I didn't even
I know you didn't get to read us
points.
everything.
I do want to make sure everybody has a bus schedule.
These.
And the Valley.
Do you know that they're available on the Mad River Valley Chamber website at madrivervalley.com?
Yes.
As well as, this is really good.
Some, John.
And the Sugarbush website and everything. And
Keith,
it's
you need a
cool.
couple?
For more information,
Yeah.
visit their
Yeah.
website.
Dave, you need some?
Download the app. The app is sweet.
All right, cool.
The app
But
shows you
thanks
where
so
the
much
bus
for
is.
coming.
It's
We
pretty
really
cool.
enjoyed
Thank you,
having
Margo.
you.
Nice to see
And we'll talk to you soon. Oh, we have some social media comments.
Anywhere, Margo. We have
Yep.
a couple of Sugarbush faithful who are very excited to see you.
Wow.
Meredith Hall McFarland wanted to say hello. She said, Margo.
Hey, man.
I love Mare. I'm going to see you tomorrow night. We're going to do the escape room.
Oh,
Hopefully
sweet.
you'll get out.
We should have talked about the escape.
Megan Page and
Next time.
Mark Verity both also gave a little quick shout out. And
nice.
Megan says that Eric needs a patterned shirt because he's the only one without one today.
Oh, okay.
Pattern shirt. Okay.
Eric,
That's what's
patterned?
up.
This
Very
isn't
up in
patterned,
style.
Thanks,
Coming from the
fans.
bush.
Again, I got that same
All right,
shirt.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks,
Thanks so
Margo.
much.
Dangerously.
Living dangerous. praying we don't wear the
So I know we're running a little long, Keith. Can we continue on our schedule, or should we like totally cut things down? You guys got enough time? Like, so
we could probably use a sugar rush.
we could definitely use a sugar rush, Dave. Dave, we want a sugar rush because it's getting a little long here. In our MRV Eats segment, hashtag MRV Eats, we want to talk sweets.
There's some crumbles missing here.
I took some of the
Yeah,
crumbles.
so
See, I took it off the back.
on my way to Sugarbush Daycare, I passed by Paradise Provisions.
Yes.
Yes.
And every morning there's fresh donuts, muffins, baklava, which is one of my favorites. And yeah, so we picked some of that up this morning, thinking we're on our way to Sugarbush, but made its way here.
Yeah, exactly. So
Technical difficulties.
great, Paradise Provisions, obviously great sweets, but there are lots of good sweets around here.
The big pick.
Donuts,
The donuts there. But also, I mean, they have that whole display case full
Yes.
of like
The cakes.
cakes.
The elephant
Pies.
in the room, sweet spot.
Literally the elephant room, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I had there, which is unbelievable? We know. Oh, God.
Did we say it? Did I say
Well, I
Did
didn't
we
say
it?
anything, Keith. You're just worried that we're about to. No, I'm not going to say to go anywhere. But Sweet Spot is really, really good.
No call to action.
And yeah, you don't want to go to the Sweet Spot or anything. But if you do, whoa, there he goes. He says no call to action. We're not allowed to do this. They have these s'mores. Oh God, here you go. So they have s'mores, and it's like a homemade marshmallow covered in chocolate and homemade.
Oh, yeah. I've had it.
And they're super light and super good. So that's always a good thing.
Sweet Spot's good. And then there's good, I mean, the ice cream at the Canteen Creamy is awesome. Very Instagrammable for the youngins out there.
Yeah.
And then the VG.
Again,
I was gonna say,
And then for the poor locals, you go to the VG and stack your ice cream.
hone your skills, and you can stack it for.
What's your height record?
I don't know. I mean, it's embarrassing. Yeah.
It is embarrassing. But you know what the other thing at the VG that I love in terms of sweets is the
Kat
donuts there.
Yeah.
And they have like with Fruit Loops on top and stuff. And
I don't think I've had the donuts.
oh my
there.
God, the donuts are unbelievable. I'm like, how Troy looks so
Artwork.
svelte, continues to look so svelte and so good is amazing.
From his Fruit Loop donuts.
Yeah, and especially in Jim that works there in the cashier. Like how the heck that guy stays as thin as he does with all that stuff, but
Very
it's
high
good stuff.
metabolism.
Yeah, and there's there's other really good sweet stuff. When Mahurans comes back, their bakery always has some
Their
good
bakery's
stuff.
good. All the restaurants have great desserts. You're getting the pie on.
Oh my God, it's Swanson's.
Swanson Inn. That's like a hidden secret that people
3
don't know
o'clock
about.
to 6 o'clock every Sunday.
Yeah.
You can go to Swanson's Inn, and it's pretty inexpensive. It's like $4 a slice or something like that. It's pretty good. And
Get your authentic Vermont
yeah, it's legit.
pie and an inn experience.
And I have to admit, when they started, those guys, when they bought that place, we're going to do this pie thing, and they're telling me about it. I just remember thinking, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, no one's going to go for that. And then I drive by every time, and it's like, parking lot's full, and a lot of pie fans out there.
A lot of pie
right?
fans out there. Now, are you a ice cream or cheddar cheese guy with your apple pie?
Oh, ice cream for sure.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Because cheddar cheese is like.
That's a Vermont thing.
Yeah, it's a
Because you're the
Vermont thing.
native Vermont guy, so
I
that's
actually
the
do
one
ice
thing.
cream too, but I
And
got buddies
and
who make fun of me.
we should talk. We can't have this conversation about sweets without talking about Canteen Creamy because Charlie will never let us hear the end of it. So we need to say how awesome Charlie is and how
Mentioned
awesome.
Canteen Creamy.
Oh, we did already. Oh, so now we mentioned it twice,
Now we're
Charlie.
Instagrammable food.
Right, one of the better Instagram guys around. Are we missing anything? The Warren Store. Oh my God, that's right.
Oh yeah, the Warren
The
store
Warren Store, the bakery at the Warren Store.
has a slew of.
Community Market has some pretty yummy sweets.
Yes, they do.
East Warren Community Market.
East Warren
yeah.
Community
Community
Market.
Market.
You know, my thing is at the Warren Store, I'm a huge fan of the whoopie pies. Darn good whoopie pie there. We could do a whole segment on whoopie pies.
Yeah.
On just whoopie pies, huh?
Right?
Rick, we getting any more comments on social?
Yeah.
Mad River Glen sweets too. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, Rice Krispie
oh, Ricky's
treats?
here. Here,
all
sit down,
time.
man.
Rice Krispies.
Do it. Rick, shop boy.
So
Rick.
good to have you on, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Earlier,
Wrap
he gave
this
us a
up.
tour behind the scenes. Now he's here.
And now you're wearing a different outfit, maybe? You're
welcome for
Very impressive. The wardrobe change.
Say no.
That was the same outfit.
Always the
Sorry.
same. Always the same. Yeah, so it's taken a while. I can't believe it took this long, but finally, people need more Hadley.
Got it.
Yeah,
Heard.
she's the
They're not
she's
getting
the
enough
breakout
Hadley.
star.
Yep,
Yeah.
totally.
We could go down the list. Mike switch.
Mic drop.
Hadley's the breakout star. They need more of it, or of her rather. And
Sure, I'll just quit.
Schroeder wants to know where your hat is.
At my desk.
Adam White was a little late to the show. He apologizes. He's up and running now.
Yeah, we were late too, Adam.
So he was really late.
Yep,
No problem.
That's on us. Outside of that,
that's it.
That's it.
All right.
let's wrap it up.
Okay.
let's move along.
So, do you want to introduce our moment, not moment of Zen?
Yeah, so we fought a little about it last week, but instead of moment of Zen, we thought this time we'd do a moment of win.
Because it was supposed to be at Sugarbush.
We were supposed to do Sugarbush
but
today.
It's not.
So next week, well, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
Schedule's all out of whack now. So it's a moment of win. So we just had our employee party for the year. Mm-hmm. Big, steak dinner and everything. Good time. Win gets up, gives a speech. We had a big, because he just sold the resort, we had a big sort of tribute to him video. Mm-hmm. And one of the traditions of these employee parties is everyone on the executive committee gets in the back of the kitchen and serves the meal. I wouldn't say they cook the meal. I don't know.
Yeah, thank God, because you want it to be good.
Right. I don't know what John Egan's cooking, skills are like.
He didn't wash his hands.
So we got footage of Win serving food, and right? Is that the general gist?
So here it is, our
He's
moment of win.
A man of the people. Moment of win.
All right.
Look
Ooh,
at that. John Hammond and Win serving the people. That's really nice to see. Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Before we break out for this episode, I just wanted to mention, and we'll definitely follow up on this, but today, MRV Glen had 3 free ski team athletes competing in the Junior World Free Ski Championships in Austria. 3 of the 4 representing the eastern region of the United States. So that's pretty impressive. Preliminary results are in. It's unconfirmed. But I think that we left the competition with Natalie Slade in 4th place, Eli Coxstein in 20th, and Turner Barber in 23rd.
in the whole wide world.
In the world.
Nice.
That's in the world. So congratulations, guys. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
We'll do updates next week, right?
Yeah, we'll have an update next week. Maybe some video.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Snow.